Hello, hello there. Um, this is going to be my review of Star Wars: The Acolyte. I hope you guys just understand where I'm coming from. All right, so Star Wars: The Acolyte. This is taking place exactly 100 years before the Phantom Menace. So this is pretty much Episode One. So Episode One starts off with one of the twins named May, who is pretty much hunting down a Jedi. So when she finds a Jedi, she walks into a bar, and then when she finds her, she says, "Attack me with all your strength." She has to know that Jedi just like don't attack; they only defend themselves. That's what I heard that they do. So once the female Jedi just tells her, "Yeah, you don't want this, just leave," and then all the guys just start laughing at her. One of the guys get up and then I think try to like push her out the bar, but then she just starts beating up all the guys five to seven of them. I think I was not paying attention that much, and then yeah, so she starts beating them all up. One of them tries to shoot her, but I think she flipped the table on him. And so the female Jedi gets up, watching all the guys get beat up, and then they just start having their fight. Which I do gotta say, it is kind of nice that they're doing hand-to-hand combat. I do like seeing what the Jedi do without their lightsaber. Like they at least know hand-to-hand combat in case they lose their lightsaber. That's something I do appreciate. So the fight takes upstairs to the bar. May throws someone off the balcony, but then the female Jedi saves them. And May throws daggers at the female Jedi, but the female Jedi activates her lightsaber and starts deflecting all of them. But then straight up, May says, "A Jedi does not activate their weapon unless they're preparing to kill." I'm like, you literally just beat up like a bunch of dudes, and you're literally threatening killers. So I don't think that works in that stance. Plus, she doesn't have to kill you. She can just like disarm you, like cut off your hand or something like that. So I think like some point in the fight, I think that was like before, like she takes off her mask and like reveals wait, I know you. Yeah, she has a twin. So in case you guys don't realize that. So basically, later in the fight, she decides to distract her by trying to kill somebody else, but then she uses the force to save him, but in doing so, she got killed. She got stabbed with the dagger. Now, yeah, so that's one Jedi down who got killed, and actually someone who got stabbed died. So we can't keep using the. Oh, who am I kidding? Barris definitely survived, and tells of the Empire. That's stupid. Okay, so later in the episode, we are introduced to Osha, who is May's twin. Osha is the good one. So she is an ex-Jedi. She left the Order, and so in this episode, she's working for a repair unit. If you watch the Phantom Menace, like where they were trying to escape Naboo, like the R2 units were fixing the ship. So that's pretty much like what she's doing. But after they're done fixing the ship, two Jedi come, Yord and okay, I'm gonna be honest, I forgot most of the other characters' names, so sorry about that. So Yord comes and they pretty much like have an eyewitness saying because they think Osha did it because like nobody knows that she has a twin sister because her master Saul didn't say she survived because well he thinks she's dead. So yeah they decided to arrest Osha because like the alien from the bar who survived pretty much says that's her because they look exactly the same. So they arrest Osha and then they're taking her to Coruscant to face justice. And okay, now this is where some of the stupidest stuff happens. So on the way to the prison, the guards are pretty much other prisoners are like, "Hey, aren't you the Jedi killer?" And Osha is saying, "No, I'm not the Jedi killer. I didn't kill any Jedi." So pretty much they said they have a way to escape the prison ship. So then, okay, here's how they do it. Here's how they do it, and it's gonna sound very crazy. Okay, so one of the guards like is like some robot. I think it's like from Empire Strikes Back. It's probably the same one. So he uses like some robot thing in his head, and he shuts down the guard, and he shuts down like the two droids. I was like gonna do a bit like with the Lego figures, like with Optimus saying I'm gonna sue them because the robots transformed into seats, which but I just didn't feel like doing it like that. So yeah, so they exit out of hyperspace into an asteroid field, and they all decide okay, and all the prisoners decide to leave OSHA in a cell. So they were like, hey, and she was like, hey, are you gonna help me out? And it's like, nope, and they all just like leave her to die. She managed to grab her droid. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I forgot his name, but she managed to escape with it. She has a bit of a force moment, but it doesn't work, just like with Sabine. But then like she escaped. Oh yeah, and there's this dude who like has like some kind of who has like some kind who's doing like an alien face kind of thing, like from Alien, like the face hugger. Yeah, but this is covering his mouth. So she removes that, but then he starts screaming, and then like he takes the last escape pod. And you may be wondering how many if you ask like how many escape pods were on this ship. There's only two escape pods from what I saw, and I was like, why are there only two escape pods on this ship? Like, I get the crew size maybe that may not be that big, but there probably should be like more. Like even still though, that's this wow. Yeah, she's a scream. So she's about to crash on the planet, and this is how stupid this gets. So she she goes to like find a way, and then like she sits down like behind like where the droids were, and she buckles her seatbelt. Yeah, like she straps in, and then as the ship crashed, she survived, but then like yeah, she survived the crash. But let me go back to what the Jedi are doing. So Soul is informed that about like her like the female Jedi's death because they were like they I think they were like traveled together. Yeah, they traveled together, and like because they were the ones who actually got Osha into the Jedi. So he grabs the two Jedi, Yored and the other female one, and for some reason Yored is ironing his clothes in the middle of the hallway or something. So they pretty much got him a shirtless scene. I don't know why he's shirtless. He's just shirtless. So yeah, I have no fucking idea. Um. So yeah, they went to go see where the ship crashed. Oh yeah, and the reason why they know that is because the prisoners who they that escaped are just on Coruscant. Yeah, I have no idea how that happened. I don't even know how they captured them or like what the hell. Yeah, I have no idea how like I don't even think they were near Coruscant for that matter. Anyways, so on the planet where Osha is presumed dead, she wakes up, but this is a vision. So she wakes up and she sees a vision of her younger sister May, or what? No, they're twin. I have no idea who's born first, but she has a vision of her twin sister May, and she runs towards her. So this is like a bit of a force sequence, and she says, "Hey, I'm killing more Jedi." And it's like, how? Now, there's one thing I heard. So they say like she's been cut off from the force, but so how is she having this vision if she's been cut off from the force? That's something I don't get. Because if she was cut off from the force, she wouldn't be having this vision because she's cut off from the force. So, but then she actually wakes up from that vision and is completely fucking fine. Yeah, she just walks off like she's not even injured, she's not even limping, and she's not even like she's just walking completely fine. Do you remember in Clone Wars and in the final season where let's see, Ahsoka, Rex, and the 501st, including like Jesse, are after them, and Ahsoka and Rex pretty much grab like a ship that's like that was like in the repair room, but it's still operational, and they fly out there. And Jesse and literally the rest of the 501st and other Ahsoka Battalion members die in that crash. And do you remember in Revenge of the Sith where like Chancellor Palpatine, Anakin, and Obi-Wan are pretty much like have to survive the shuttle crash? Now the shuttle does like half work, and they do get help from like some firefighter ships and everything, and they survive the crash. So I get that, but how did she survive? She just buckled her seatbelt, and she's not even injured from this. Yeah, one of those crashes are not like the other. So she starts running, and then like so Yord, Soul, and the female Jedi pretty much go to where that was. Um, Yord thinks there's no way she could have survived this, but they don't see her body, so that's kind of like not true. So Soul, who pretty much has a connection to her, pretty much start tracking her down through the snow. So once they find her, she's pretty much on a cliff. So Soul is trying to confront her. She slips and almost falls, but Soul uses the Force to catch her. So Osha tells him May is alive, and then Soul believes her, just like that. Then I guess he doesn't believe. Oh yeah, I mean, if you're wondering like why May killed the Jedi without a lightsaber, it's part of the her master's like rule, like you can't use like the lightsaber, which is why if you like watch it, you will see why she's trying to grab their lightsaber. So I understand why she's trying to do that. Like if she uses a red lightsaber, they'll just immediately know, oh, the Sith are back. But yeah, I just don't think that works well because okay, I get it makes sense, but it kind of doesn't because why daggers? Like there's a Vader comic in like in like where he's confronting a group of Jedi because that says because he thinks because I think like someone sent a message saying Obi-Wan was there and he after Mustafar he's hunting down Obi-Wan with pure rage. And then there's a black female Jedi in the comic who has a blade that deactivates the lightsaber. So I don't know why she doesn't use that or why they don't use that. So yeah, he saves Souls, Yord, and the other female Jedi saves Osha. Well, Soul saves her, and he pretty much tells her that May's alive, and he just believes her. So that's pretty much episode one. All right, so episode two starts out with Soul is talking with his, I guess, supervisor or his friend. Is a green female Jedi. I think she's supposed to be Luminara or the Yoda in this. But yeah, they're saying he pretty much is telling her that the possibility of Osha's sister May being alive, and then they have to track down. Oh yeah, before that, I skipped a ton of stuff. So May is pretty much hunting down a second Jedi, who pretty much like pays off a kid to pretty much like get the droid's attention so she can like sneak through the gate. I want to know the state of the galaxy it is in because she just paid off like she paid off someone in episode one to like tell her where the female Jedi was, and now she's paying off another kid to tell them where the other Jedi she's looking for is. So she sneaks in. She passes another female Jedi, but I guess she just thinks that's just a Jedi who just wears an entirely different outfit. So she finds the Jedi she's looking for, and she does attack me with all your strength. I have no idea. I thought she was supposed to be an assassin, but she's just pretty much revealing all that. I guess I don't know if assassins do that unless they really respect someone or they this like they're just cocky. So she tries like go for hand to hand combat, but the dude is levitating and he has like a force field on him, so she can't attack him. And so like when the Jedi alert alarms like hit sound off, she escapes through the ceiling roof. One Jedi walks in and notices the ceiling roof, but that's gonna be important later. That's gonna be important later. So yeah, the scene I mentioned where Saul is talking to the Green Jedi, yeah, they mentioned that, and so Saul, Yord, Osha, and the I have no idea what to call her. They pretty much go to the planet, and And as they're going to the planet, May is pretty much talking to some guy who looks like Ezra Miller, and yeah, I'm just gonna call him Ezra Miller. I don't even know his name. Excuse me. So he makes a she's trying to like get him to break, well, the male Jedi. So the Ezra Miller makes her a poison. So, oh god, I just say Ezra Miller makes her a poison to use on the male Jedi. So Saul and the others make land, and this is exactly when May attempts to do a second time to attack the Jedi. So she sneaks in exactly the same way she got out, which I'm surprised she didn't do that. Like they didn't close off that area. So when she sneaks back in, she pretty much like tells the dude, well, instead of attacking him, she pretty much like gets into his like feelings or something like that, like making him think like regretting his past or something. And it works because dude says, "I've been waiting for you," and then he drinks the poison willingly. So now you gotta be thinking, okay, these Jedi must have done something very bad if they're pretty much willing to drink the poison willingly. Now, episode 3 is about to come up, so you know it's gonna be very stupid. So when they do that, so he drinks the poison willingly, and so Saul, Yord, and Osha pretty much go to the temple, and they want to speak to him very quickly. Osha gets a vision of her little sister or something like that, and they pretty much lead her to an opposite direction of the Jedi's room. Yord notices this and follows her, and she gets there before them. So I don't know why. I thought you would think the Jedi would like know the temple very well, but yeah, she gets there before him, and she like sees the body and pretty much is like closes his eyes because he has his eyes open. And so the Jedi there is like, "Hey, yo, back away from the body," because like she's the only one there. But Yord vouches for her because he said he was following her, and they pretty much made the assumption that he took the poison willingly. Yeah, so it's creating some type of mystery. Oh yeah, by the way, I think the whole show's premise was it was supposed to be like some mystery of who was killing the Jedi. But right now, the only mystery is right now because they already know who it is. So I guess the only mystery right now is who's May's master. So Osha knows the poison well because they used to use it on their planet. And so they were like, okay, so we just got to find out who made this potion. And there's only one dude, and that was the Ezra Miller. So they pretty much scope out his hideout. They sent Osha in disguise to make it look like she's May. And the Ezra Miller pretty much can tell that Osha is not May, so he can tell the twins apart. But he does confess that he did make the poison to kill the Jedi. And so the Jedi go in. And you'll notice that Yord is the only one who like activate his lightsaber first. All the other Jedi are just like don't activate their lightsabers. They pretty much just like surround him. But yeah, so in let's see. Oh yeah, so they pretty much confront Ezra Miller and they pretty much just say okay, they don't arrest him. That's the thing. They don't arrest him. I think they just said like they just let him off with a warning, which I don't think that will happen. I think they'll still arrest him because he pretty much created the poison to kill a Jedi. So yeah, that's just incredibly stupid. So at night, they decide to wait outside somewhere. Because I think like May was supposed to like return to him or something. So then Sol confronts her, and they pretty much do the same little fight. So as they're fighting, Sol tells May that Osha is alive because I think May thinks she's dead or something. And Yord pretty much confirms that Osha is alive. So May like does like a well, the ground is like made of dust or made of like ground dust or something. So she does that, and she pretty much blinds them all. So May escapes to a speeder, and then she sees OSHA. OSHA tries to shoot her with a stun round, but she misses, and then May escapes. Oh yeah, later on, the Jedi are pretty much watching the Ezra Miller, and May pretty much confronts him and is about to kill him. But he said he knows where one of her Jedi targets is, and you may be thinking, who else is this Jedi Master? One of the Jedi Masters is a Wookiee Jedi, which is pretty exciting. I do want to see a Wookiee Jedi because we don't usually get that many alien Jedis. Well, we do get alien Jedis, but we don't get a Wookiee Jedi. We got Chewbacca and everything, but I am interested to see a Wookiee Jedi in live action. Oh yeah, and the last scene is with the Wookiee Jedi. So yeah, that's pretty much the next episode. All right. So that is pretty much is episode 2. Now on to episode 3. All right, episode 3 is pretty much just it's a flashback story. So this starts off with May and Osha, and they are twins. So the start of this episode, they're at some tree place, and they're practicing the forest. I don't know who did it first, but there's this like little butterfly creature. One of them was about to rip it apart, but then when the other sister shows up, she's doing the exact same thing, but I guess like a little more harder. But then the other one tells her to stop, even though she was doing the exact same thing. So they decide to leave. They pretty much are walking back. Their mother, who's an alien, remember this, pretty much is just scowling them for going out of the distance. And as she takes them back to their camp, which is safe, they meet a young soul who is pretty much watching them. So I guess he's trying not to like seem hostile. So as they're going back to their place, it's pretty much just a den full of witches. So it's just like Dathomir, like with the oh wait, are they called Night Sisters? I think so. Yeah, so it's pretty much like that. So like there's no dudes around. So you might be asking yourself, wait, there's no dudes around, then how are these two here? Yeah, you're gonna learn that very soon. So a black woman who is pretty much like the head mistress of this is pretty much like it's pretty much their mother, and they're preparing the girls for a ceremony. And oh yeah, this happens. So as they're like they're doing like I think like they're showing the girls something, and the girls are just literally just play fighting like in the background while they're doing this. But yeah. So a lot of OT fans were pretty mad when George Lucas introduced the idea of metachlorians. Now it really did not bother me because I think that was the first movie I did watch, The Phantom Menace. So yeah, a lot of OT people were pretty mad. But if they were mad at that, they're gonna be mad at this. So I believe these witches also had the Force, but they don't call it the Force. They call it the Thread. Yeah. Yeah, they call it the Thread. I have no idea. So they call it the Thread, and pretty much it's probably the same thing. She says the power of one, the power of two, and the power of many. That's their catchphrase. So she's force pushing with one lady, then she force pushes with two lady, and she beat them both. So she force pushes the twins. One of them is pretty. I think May is the one blocking it, and then Osha is just like hiding behind her. So they're preparing for the ceremony, and I think during this time it's revealed that like Osha doesn't want to be like on this island. She wants to explore the galaxy, and so like May and the mothers are pretty much like a little against that because the black mother says a galaxy does not welcome women like that. All right, so the ceremony happens, and the girls they're doing like the little ritual and everything. The power of one, the power of two, the power of many, yada yada yada. And so all right, so the girls are ready to receive their um get baptized, I guess. I have no idea. So May is the first one, so you'll notice like she has that like little circle symbol on her head. Yeah, that's how she got that. And so when it's Ultra's turn, the Jedi pretty much just walk in. And so they're like, "Hey, we know you have children here." They're pretty much trying to say they don't have children here, which is pretty much a lie. So Osha steps out and May steps out. Osha notices May's tech. I mean, no. Soul notices May's tattoo and say that wasn't there before. And then the one of the females is like, "You were spying on us." Yeah, they were pretty much spying on you guys. They pretty much say they don't want to take their children unless, well, if they want to, they just want to see if they could be trained or not. Which, if you watch the Phantom Menace, then you will remember that that the whole actually are they older or younger than or the same age as Anakin in the Phantom Menace? Because when did they say how old they were? But pretty much they don't like allow children who because they form attachments to them and they can't be trained as Jedi because they're way too old. They have to be like infants or something like that, like younger than guess like preschoolers age, I guess. So the witches decide to okay, you can test them, but then they're trying to figure out okay, how do we get them to leave? So oh wait, yeah. Hold on. So before I'm about to explain the next scene, this scene is pretty much okay. So the alien, so this alien is pretty much the alien who pretty much scolded them is pretty much hard to them. That's also their mother. So she pretty much says she has horns, so she's practically an alien, and she says, "I carried them." So like yeah, she carried like in their womb and everything. But then the black mother walked up to her and saying, "I created them." Yeah, so she created literal two children with the Force itself. So Anakin, you are no longer special because two black girls already did it before you. Sorry about that. So there's an older lady there, and she pretty much says like they just have to fail the test so they don't have to leave. So yeah, they take the girl to the Jedi ship, and you're introduced like to the Wookiee, literally introduced to the five Jedi there. So May fails her test gradually because she doesn't want to be with them. Osha is failing her test, but then like I think Soul and the female Jedi are pretty much looking at each other like she might be playing. And so like Soul says that is correct, but then Osha just says that wasn't the right answer, and then that's when they figure out, oh, she just failing the test on purpose. Yeah, Osha, you are terrible at lying. Do not invite this girl to a poker game. So Osha is pretty much strong with the Force, and she wants to be with the Jedi. She wants to explore the galaxy. So when she steps out of the ship, May is looking at her like, "Oh, this woman," and pretty much just walks away angrily at her. So Osha is packing her. I guess like she has a talk with her mother, and the mother allows her to go. I'm gonna be honest, I skipped that part, so I have no idea what happened in that scene. So Osha is pretty much talking with her mother about her leaving and going to explore the galaxy. So Osha is packing her things, and when she's getting ready to leave, May confronts her saying, "You're not going, girl." And then Osha's like, "Okay, how are you gonna stop me?" And I'm not kidding. This is exactly what she said. She says, "I'm gonna kill you." Okay, that That came out of nowhere. So she pushes her. She takes her book, and then she lights a candle, and then she burns down her entire sanctuary. Yeah. Oh, yeah. May did that. May burns down her entire sanctuary. Now, I'm if you're also wondering, if you watch that episode, you'll notice like the whole structure is made of stone. So you're trying to figure out how she pretty much just burns it all down. I have no idea. Um. So yeah. That that pretty much happens. So Osha finds a way to escape through a tavern tunnel in her room. So as she's trying to escape, the whole place is on fire. She meets up back with her sister, and she just asks, "What did you do?" And then May is like, "What did you do?" And I'm trying to figure out that like, May, this is entirely your fault. You burned down literally everything. I mean, you could have visited her or something. Like, you really did not have to burn down literally everything. So pretty much, the bridge they were on pretty much collapses, and Soul was there. So I don't know where he was, but he pretty much gets there, and he's only was able to save Osha. So Soul is taking Osha out of the burning place, and she's trying to escape. And as they're escaping, Osha sees pretty much all the witches have died. I don't know what they died from, because there's no way they could have just died from oxygen, because these two are breathing a lot of it, and they must have died from something. I have no idea. Their weakness was fire. Pokemon add that to the next game. She sees her mother, and she's also dead. But yeah, I have a theory about that. But yeah, so Soul takes Osha off the planet, and she's pretty much recovering, and that's pretty much yeah, she's getting taken off the planet. Oh, and May is alive, obviously. I don't know how she survived that fall. I guess Soul didn't see exactly, because I guess like the fire and smoke and everything. But yeah, May is a psychopath. She started a fire and just killed literally all her supposed family members, because her sister did not want to be on the planet anymore. Wow, that is that's not villain. I feel like that's more of like a psychopath behavior, if you ask me. Yeah, so that's pretty much episode 3. Yeah, witches. Episode 4. Okay. This is pretty much the entirety of episode 4. So, episode 4, it starts off with they're in the Jedi Temple. The female Jedi that I forgot whose name was is pretty much just training with a bunch of other Jedi. Osha is watching her, and she's going to say her goodbyes because she doesn't want to stay there anymore. Which I'm so confused on why she's saying goodbye to the female Jedi, because she has like no emotional connection with her like that. I'm pretty sure like the first time she meets her, like she's getting arrested by her. She's not saying goodbye to Yord, or she's not saying goodbye to Soul. And the quote is, she's saying, "I caused them enough trouble." Okay, that just seems pretty stupid. I just don't know why you're not saying goodbye to at least them, and it's this girl you don't barely know that well. So yeah, so there's a bunch of Jedi there. Yeah, so it goes to a scene where like there's a bunch of Jedi there, and they're pretty much saying, okay, so they're pretty much discussing her fighting stance and everything, and they're pretty much saying there is talent there, but she's sloppy and losing control. Oh yeah, and the Jedi there who's saying there is talent there, you may think that's Ki-Adi-Mundi from the Phantom Menace, the Clone Wars, the prequel movies. Now, if you saying if you guys did not say that was Ki-Adi-Mundi, you're wrong, because even I thought, okay, these guys, okay, the whole internet is raging. There's no way that's Ki-Adi-Mundi. Nope. If you actually go to the credits, that is Ki-Adi-Mundi. Yeah. Kiadi Moody is in the acolyte. He one, he wasn't born yet, and two, I'm also gonna show a screen of him in Tales of the Empire, who looks exactly the same age as he is. So I guess that doesn't change. I have no idea how they fucked that up. If you guys remember, like with Yoda, I mean, yes, he's a puppet in like the original trilogy, and I think like in the sequels, but in like with the prequels, they made him like look old, but he does like look like a younger self, and you can definitely tell there's like an age gap. But with this Kiadi Mundi, there's definitely is no age gap because he almost looks exactly the same. I guess like minus a bit of the beard. But yeah, long story short, Kiadi Moody should not be in this time period. So yeah, if they wanted a character, they would have just added Yoda. But I guess they just didn't know how to write him. You can even search it up that Kiadi Mundi was not even born on this time period, and I'm pretty sure there's even there's a YouTuber called Darth Melvin who even said there's a director's I think like a director's cut about in the Phantom Menace that even Kiadi Mundi was not born exactly in that time period. So yeah, pretty much yeah. Kiadi Moody. Long story short, Kiadi Moody should not be in the acolyte. So pretty much, the female Green Jedi is saying, "Okay, we gotta hunt this girl down because she's targeting literally everyone who was responsible for, yeah, who was on her planet." Which is pretty much like her whole reasoning is pretty much insane. Yeah, she's killing all the Jedi who were responsible for taking her sister away. But then when you really think about it, it is kind of her fault for just like burning down the entirety of her sanctuary. So yeah. Um. Okay. So Oh yeah, it cuts back to Ezra Miller and May, and they are pretty much like on the planet where the Wookiee is. Also, the Wookiee, I think the Wookiee is pretty much on the planet and he's cooking something, and there are symbols with the same symbol that's on May's head. So back to the scene I was like about. So they're on the planet, and the Ezra Miller knows exactly where this Wookiee Jedi is. How does he know that? I have no idea. So they begin to make their journey to the Wookiee Jedi. And as they're doing so, Saul wants. It comes back to the Jedi, and Saul wants to go get May back so they can learn who the Master is. The Green Jedi is probably does not like trust him because like he didn't tell him, but he did like well not at the time, but just like when he thought she was dead, but now the possibility that she's alive, he did say that. And I guess like she'll only listen to him if Osha comes along because there was that slimmer good. I think they're trying to like do like the Padme scene, like they're still good in him, like with the Anakin and everything. So Soul can only go if Osha decides to go. And you'll notice that they like switch up real fast. Like Osha says, "Oh, you're like me, rejoined the order," and like not exactly. But then, if I remember correctly, you left on your own accord. Yeah. So like, Osha does not want to go because like she's a murderer and everything, and but then straight up, like with a little bit more convinced, she's just saying fine, but not wearing those civilian robes. Or wait, what robes? She's saying some robes. I just have no idea what kind of robes she said. So they make their way to the shuttle, and they have a bunch of other Jedi there. And so they're pretty much gonna go find where May. Yeah, where May is. There's like some honey badger or something, some animal creature, and that's the tracker. I have no idea where I was going with that. I just thought I mentioned it because it's kind of important later. So they make they go to the planet, they make landfall, and the Jedi are surging out. And if you notice, you would think by then that May and the Ezra Miller would have reached the Jedi Wookiee by now, but they didn't. They're still traveling, trying to find them, and the Jedi already landed. So the Jedi get a direction, and Yord pulls out like some cloth that the Wookiee Jedi like to use as a scent tracker. And yeah, the animal starts tracking the scent. So they go out tracking them like this is some Lord of the Rings style. Da 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 da. And yeah, so they're traveling through the forest, and they pass some weird looking bug creatures. Osha decides to touch one, and that pretty much disturbed it, and so this got pretty much hostile. So pretty much kills it, and then they just move on. So as they're walking, it comes back to Ezra Miller and May. May pretty much sits down and is contemplating how she's gonna kill this Wookiee, because even if the Wookiee didn't use the Force or his lightsaber, he can probably just rip her apart because Wookiees are incredibly strong. So Ezra Miller tries to say she's got this, and he goes out to get her water. But then May stands up and thinks, "Hey, I got an idea." Now, here's what I thought. I thought she was getting an idea on how she was gonna trap this Wookiee. So during this time, it cuts back to the group of Jedi, and they lost the animal, so they have no idea where he is. And as they are straight up trying to like look for him and everything, they hear May screaming. Ezra Miller hears the screaming, and he runs back to her, but then he is caught in a trap. So I was thinking, oh, okay, well, they just alerted the Jedi, so this can't be. But then she just says, this changes everything. Her sister, Osha, being alive, changes everything, because her loyalty is to her sister, even though she literally tried to kill her in the third episode and burn her down and everything. Also in this episode, she says, "I can't believe my sister is a Jedi scum." Just okay, and she tried to shoot you in the second episode, but okay, I don't know where this loyalty thing is coming from, and oh my gosh, it's so fucking stupid. Yeah, so where was I? Oh yeah, okay, so Ezra Miller makes a good point, though. Probably just her master will probably just kill her, or the Jedi would just lock her up. And she just says, "Not if I tell him everything." But then you don't know everything because it's pretty much stated in the show, you don't know what your master looks like because he wears a mask. And so she runs off to the Wookiee Jedi. The Jedi. Oh wait, no. The Jedi just heard her screaming, so they don't know where she is. They don't even run into the Ezra Miller. And so May trips, and then the animal creature is pretty much just right in front of her, saying, "Hey, what's up, buddy?" The creature screams, and that alerts all the Jedi, and so they run after the screaming. May runs into the house. So yeah, she sees the house and she runs into it. And you may think, "Oh man, are we actually gonna see a Wookiee Jedi in action? Man, I can't wait! I'm so pumped! Like, this is the first time we ever seen a Wookiee Jedi in action, in live action." And he's dead. Yeah, straight up, he's just dead. Like, I have no idea. Like, yeah, so glad that they didn't even build none of these characters up. So yeah, he just dies literally in his second episode. Well, is this technically yeah, he just dies. He doesn't do anything. He does not do anything. So that's when May just says he's here. which he is referring to her master. So the Jedi make it to the house. They surround the house, and they're pretty much telling her to come out and surrender. So that's when Osha and Soul get a strength, are sensing something, and in the background, when it pans to Osha, you can see the Sith Lord levitating down behind her. So the Jedi turn and they see him. Or actually, I should refer to him as them. I'm about to explain like right now. I'm gonna explain like after this. So they the Sith Lord they walk up to Osha and they almost like stretch out their hand, almost like to say like, "Hey, do I recognize you from somewhere?" But then they pull out their lightsaber. They pull out their lightsaber, which is red, and so all the Jedi activate their lightsabers, and they pretty much run after the they run to the Jedi. They run to the Sith. My mistake. So the Sith just flinks Osha away, which is funny, and it just to show how powerful they are. It just does one force push and it wipes all the Jedi out, and that's where the episode ends. I really hate how they. I hate how that episode ended because it got really interesting. All right, and you may be wondering, who is this Sith Lord? I have three guesses. Everyone is saying it's the Ezra Miller, and it could be the Ezra Miller. But then again, he got trapped literally like upside down, and I'm pretty sure he would have revealed himself to May by then and saying like, "Oh, you messed up, girl," because I'm pretty sure like he would have done that. And here's my second guess. It is probably the black lady from episode 3. It's probably their mothers. It's probably their mother. I forgot her name, but it is probably her mother who is the Sith Lord because it makes the most sense. Like the power of one, the power of many, and she's just like that powerful. Yeah, it's probably them. Or if it's not those two, it's just some white dude. That's it. It's just some white dude. Like it's like the Sith Lord is just some white dude. Yeah, those are my three guesses on who the Sith Lord is. It is either the Ezra Miller looking dude, it is either the black lady, their mother, or it's just some white dude. Yeah, that's it. It's just some white dude. Yeah. And also May's whole switching up is just so stupid. She kills 2 Jedi. She beats up a bunch of guys in the first episode. She burns down her entire sanctuary, her entire family, I guess, which is, yeah, and she just tries to kill her sister and that. Yeah, and suddenly she just says her loyalty is to, no, that's so dumb. This is so dumb. Yeah, no. I refuse to believe that. No. Anyways, that was episode 4. This and wait. This is 8 episodes. There's like 4 more episodes, I believe. If they say there's 6 more episodes, I'm gonna cry. Okay. Yeah. That's it. That's it. Yeah. I'm not gonna be enjoying it. Yeah. All right. See you guys. Yeah. Bye.